Well, there's an old saying, defense wins championships. We'll find out if that comes in a few days when it comes to those head coaching jobs, though. With openings across the league, some of those defensive coordinators, such as Dan Quinn in Dallas, Todd Bowles in Tampa, Vance Joseph in Arizona, just to name a few, teams may be thinking defense is the key instead of offense when talking about those next HCs. But wait a minute. As it currently stands right now with teams in the postseason and their head coaches, offensive-minded guys leading the way by 69%. You see the math here. 31% when it comes to those defensive guys. And then, of course, Raiders interim coach here, Rich Bisaccia, the outlier, the special team expert. But when you're talking about those offensive-minded coaches across the league, McCarthy, Sirianni, Arians, McVay, and Shanahan, just to name a few that we now see in the postseason. So maybe that might be the option. But, hey, defense is still out there. All right, time to bring in Jason La Canfora with more on this. And you wrote about this on CBSSports.com, some of those defensive coordinators that might get a call to take that spot, the HC. Let's start with Dan Quinn. First year in Dallas, has turned that group from one of the worst to a top 10 unit. Is he maybe a front runner for maybe one of those openings at some point?
Well, I mean, look, pretty much everybody who's got an opening out there wants an audience with Dan Quinn. He didn't have interest in the Jacksonville job, but a lot of these other ones he's open to exploring, undoubtedly. He reached the Super Bowl as a head coach in Atlanta, had some success there. He has the kind of demeanor that and the kind of personality that allows him to connect with people. Players love him. And yes, the job he did in Dallas, America's team, they seem to always be on prime time. People always seem to be talking about them. It's not lost on owners. So the one I've heard the most about for the longest is Denver. George Payton, the GM there, is a big Dan Quinn fan. This will be George's first hire as a GM, first coaching hire. And that's the part of the country. A lot of things about that team, how it's constructed, I think, will appeal to Dan Quinn. But that's not to say that the Chicago Bears or some of these other opportunities won't as well. But yes, it's fair to say Dan Quinn is a hot candidate. Pretty much everybody wants an audience with him, and that usually bodes well for a candidate's ultimate success.
Able to rebuild his career there in Dallas.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.